מה יעשה לי אדם, אדוני לי לא יירא, מה יעשה לי אדם. Shabbos, everybody. Good Shabbos. Oh, man, oh, man. Woo. Lordy, lordy, lordy. I'm telling you. This majestic, over-the-top, glitzy synagogue space that you are all sitting in right now. All Shabbos, folks. This space, hard to imagine that this space, way back in 2007, had basketball hoops on either side and bleachers. It was in this space that Romemu had its first services back in 2007, some 17 years ago. And the space then gave way to the next space, which was across the street in our still used sanctuary at West End Presbyterian. Back then, 17 years ago, you could see someone like Charlie, who's here tonight, dancing with Liana, his beloved. Back here 17 years ago, after services, the hottest ticket was down the block with Vivian and Yoni Stadlin and Vivian Lair at their mosh pit cum, I don't know, post-prayer oneg situation into this space that gave way to the church. We came back 10 years later, purchased it on October 12th, 2018. So a lot of memories in this place, a lot of beautiful memories. And as a really dear friend said to me only shortly, a couple of minutes ago, maybe now, 45 minutes ago, said to me, just to imagine as we close our eyes, if you're here for the first time, maybe this memory won't come easily, but maybe you'll think, if you've been here before, what
Judah, get up your mic.
you had in this space.
With the stand. With the stand.
Thanks. Craig's is a good idea, but one of the things I definitely won't miss about this space is the audio difficulties that we had. So maybe as you close your eyes, so many memories in this space. So much work went into arriving here tonight, and so much work went into arriving here back in 2018. Into this beautiful space, there were prayers before and after COVID, and prayers. Chuppahs were in this space. The first Romemu Yeshiva prayed in this space. This has been a space, like all Romemu spaces, that has been open and heart-filled and prayed into. And if we pray tonight, I think in the ways that we've always prayed, all of those prayers might come back and join us as friends, as guides. On page 6, as you open your eyes, we might find, I think, what would be, I guess, the fundamental ethos of this community, which is Shalom Aleichem. It's good to see all of you. How lucky are we to be together on Shabbat? As we look around and see one another. On page 6, everyone. Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaShalem, Malachei Elyon, Mimele, Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom, Avia Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimele, Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu Leshalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimele, Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. צאתכם לשלום, מלאכי השלום, מלאכי אלוהים, מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. שבתכם לשלום, מלאכי השלום, מלאכי עליון, ממלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא.
Let's turn the page together. Everything has meaning tonight, and I really meant that. Let's turn the page together. Page 7 and 8. I can't tell you how much I love the word chavivi, or chaviv. Such a good. Chaviv means precious, beloved. Habibi, ya habibi. Spread over us your chavivut tonight, God. Shekhinah. Envelop us in grace and compassion on these Shabbat Chazon, a Shabbat of vision and of recognition that we live in a broken world, a fractured world. We bring broken hearts tonight, not just obviously for the small shift in the Romemu community, but broken hearts from the week past and the week coming. And we rest our weary soul's head on Chavivut, on the Chavivut Talia Melta says in the Zohar, the whole world is hanging by a thread called the Chavivut, precious. May we find room together to hang on to that thread tonight and in every night in which we need it. Together, everybody, on page 7 and 8. Higalena.
Higale, gale, gale, la. Ufos chavivi alai. It's soon God, soon God,
There you go, everybody. Hey, oh, glory, gale, 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 na. Hey, ufros, chavivi alai. Just one more. Sing it out, everybody. Hey, God.
Chavivi alai. It's soon God, soon God, shalom.
verse 9 and 10. Lechu neranena.
לכו נרננה לאדוני נריעה לצור אישנו נקדמה פניו בתודה בזמירות נריע לו
God's hand firms earth's edges, molds mountain peaks, makes sea shapes none come. Let us bow in awe and say our blessing before the breath that made us. Here is our God. Don't close your heart as you once did in that fearful wilderness, that place where your ancestors tested and saw my mysteries. On the bottom of page 10. Arba'in Shabbatana Akot Beno Ba'oma Amutoe Lebabe Lo Yanud Asher Nishbati Bi'afi Im Yevavu El Menuchati.
Nai 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 nai
Page 12. Shiru Ladonai Shir Chadash Shiru Ladonai Kol Ha'areh
Shiru Ladonai
Basumiyom Le'yom Yeshuato Etzaknu Adoyim Kevodo Bechol
כל אלוהי
העמים אלילים וארץ.
שמיים עשה הוד והדר לפענה עוז ותפארת במקדשו
לפני אדוני קיווה לשפוט הארץ, ישפוט הבל וצדק וימין באמונתו. Please rise. Psalm 29 can be found on page 19 and 20. מזמור לדוד. מזמור לדוד. הבו לאדוני בני אלי, הבו לאדוני כבוד והוד, הבו לאדוני כבוד והוד, הבו לאדוני כבוד שמו, השתחוו לאדוני בהדרת קודש, כל אדוני אל הקרקע אדוני, כל אדוני על המים אל הכבונים, אדוני המים נעמים, כל אדוני כל אדוני שומר על הזיקים וישמר אדוני את ארזי הלבנון היה כדי כמו אגר לבנון וסיני כמו ונעיני כמו ונעיני כל אדוני רוצה לעבוד כל אדוני יכיל מזבח יכיל אדוני מתקדש כל אדוני יכול אליי
ויחשוף יערות ובהיכלו
כולו אומר כבוד כולו אומר כבוד כולו כולו אומר כבוד אדוני למה עבור ישר אדוני למה עבור ישר וישב אדוני מלך לעולם אדוני עוז לעמו ייתן אדוני יברך את עמו בשלום דני לי Let's be seated. Let's return to page 21, 22. Ana B'choach. Ana B'choach, Dulas Yeminecha, Ta'atir Tzirura, Kaberina, Amcha Sagrei, Taharei,
שומר בכם תרם רחמי צדקתך תמיד גולם
חסין קדוש ברוב טובך נא העלתך יחיד גא לעמך ונזוכרי קדושתך שבתנו קבלו שמע סקתנו יודע תעלומות ברוך שם גאון מלכותו לעולם ועד So let's take about a minute, really. Just close your eyes if you feel comfortable. And as we say goodbye as a community to this sacred space that has been our space for just over 6 years, or just under 6 years. Just thinking tonight about what you're also moving beyond or moving past, or what is it that you're taking with you. Such a beautiful meditation on this Shabbat of Chazon, Shabbat of vision, paradigms, relationships, thought patterns, stories that we're packing up and not taking with us, and some that we might be. And whenever you're comfortable, open your eyes. Or keep them closed. Either way, we'll be on page 23, 24. You can find the open-eyed ones there. Whenever you're ready. דודי לקראת קרא לא בעיני שבת. שמור וזכור בדיבורך בשמיעה אל המיוחד אדוני אחד ושמו אחד ושמו תפארת בתפארת לך אדוני נקרא קלה בעיני שבת נקרא לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה כי סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. Let's slow it down a little bit, everybody. לך אדוני לקרא קלה בעיני שבת נקבלה מקדש מלך עיר מלוכה ומצאי מתוך האפק לך שבר ועמק הבחר והוא יחמול עלייך לך אדוני לקראת קלה בעיני ידה בעיני קלה מעופר קומי לבשי בגדי ארתך עמי בן ישי בית הלכני קרבה נפשי גאה לך אדוני לקראת קלה בעיני שבת Come on, everybody, hear your voices. Kumiori. So nice. Uri. Wake up, wake up. Sing that song. Kevod Adonai alayik. Hey, hey, oh. Adonai liyik. לך אדוני לקהלה בעיני שבת Dini na 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 na. I nine 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 nine. One more time. Dini nine nine nine. Nine 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 nine. Dini nam nine nam. Dini nine 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 nam. Dini nine nine nam. Dini nam nine nine nam. Dini nam nine 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 nine. On page 25. Lo tevo shive lo tikalani. Matishtochaki umatemi. Machyechesu aniye ami veni neta iralti la lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekaramela lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekavela hayul limshi sacho. Hold on 1 second. You know, the song is a dirge. Everything at Romemu can become like a dance song, but it's a dirge because we're in the 9 days, and right, so we're singing a song to kind of temper our joy. But there's a reason to dance tonight that is almost definitely. It's beyond Tisha B'Av, and that's because Joel and Shelley over here, you see them? If you can stand up for a second. In just a couple of weeks, these guys will be Chatan V'Kala. These guys will be married in just a couple of weeks, and so even though it's Tisha B'Av, right, we break a glass at every wedding to remind us of Tisha B'Av, but you know what? Tonight, because of you, Joel, and because of you, Shelley, we're going to interrupt our dirge for a wedding song for the two of you. Everybody dance with Joel and Shelley, okay, everybody? Kisos Chatan Hadkala Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala B'nei Shabbat Nekavela Hayitzvot Yirotzi et Adonai Yani ונשמחה ונגילה לך דודי ובני שבת גם אליי במלילה היי היי Oh, lecha dodi, oh, b'nei Shabbat, oh, yasis alayech Elohayech, imsos chatan hakala, lecha dodi, v'yapam alayech. Yasis alayech Elohayech, sos chatan hakala. Yasis alayech Elohayech, sos chatan hakala. Oh, yasis alayech yasis, Alaik Eloi Kimsos Chatan al Kalachai Asis Asis Alayik Asis Alaik Eloi Kimsos Chatan al Kalachai Asis Alayik Eloi. Oh, Yasis, Yasis Alayik Yasis, Ay Elohai Kimsos, Kimzakatan Chatan al Kala, Yasis, Yasis Alayik, Ay Elohai Kimsos Chatan al Kala. Oleka dodi, oleka kala, Bnei Shabbat lekabela, oleka dodi, oleki. Let's face the doors, everyone. Bnei, Bnei. On page 26, Boi Bishalu, Atedet Bala, Gam Besimcha, Uvetzoha, Toch Emunei, Am Segula, Ogichala. Shabbat Chabalka Olecha Dodi Likra Kala Bnei Shabbat As we turn to face the center of the room, everybody, please remain standing for just one more minute as we pray for healing tonight. Please remain standing if you're able. The words Ana Ilna. For those who need healing tonight, please bring them to mind. מי שברך אבותינו ואמותינו יברך וירפא כל החולים. Please say the names of loved ones you're holding in your heart at this moment. We pray this evening for. seated, everyone. Shabbos, everybody. Good Shabbos. I tell you what, it's such a good thing we're looking for a larger space given tonight's turnout. Shkayach. All right. So before we say hi, a couple of thank yous tonight to our amazing davening team, the Chazan Shimon, who's Chazan Shimon, to Adina Phillips, and to Brooklyn, and to Judah, and to Glenn, and to our AV, Craig, thanks Craig, and Michaela online, and here Eden on site, Victor, Blanca, and Lenore, incredible, and our security guard Gil downstairs. There will be a community-led open book during our break. Some of you might not know we're taking a break. So we're taking a break in the last 2 weeks of August. We'll be on break, but there will be open book. Also, in your newsletter tonight, hopefully you'll take it with you. Eden has very beautifully arranged so many different things here, including Elul classes, I know, believe it or not, and a note about the break, which is on the other side of the page, and the announcement about our high holidays is all in there. And just so you know, Tisha B'Av, of course, is coming Monday night up at JTS, our new office space up at the Jewish Theological Seminary, and we'll be having services there on Monday evening.
Seekers. We're starting. Can I say one thing about Seekers? I'm just going to say, just that our Seekers season has begun, and we have a lot of signups for a lot of kids for Seekers. Seekers is our religious school program every Saturday morning starting September from kindergarten until 7th grade, this is the time to sign up. We have an early bird special, and you can speak to Natasha. Is Natasha here? Oh, here's Natasha. You can also speak to Natasha. She's our new youth and family coordinator, and you can ask her about that. And oh, that's interesting. Yeah, so you're more than welcome to sign up, and hope to see you in September. And September 7th, first Shabbat, we're going to have a Seekers Open House Family Shabbat right across the street in the church on Saturday morning.
Awesome. Okay, who's here? Who's been here for 17 years? Who came back 17 years ago? Anybody? Stand up. If you're here.
Before that.
Before that? From the beginning. Who's been here from the very beginning? March 25th, 2006. Day one. Yeah. Somebody answer that? Okay, Leeds. Okay. We got some, Thank you, all of you. Everybody take a look. No, don't sit down. Don't sit down. Who's been here for 17 years? Who's been here for 16 years? 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wow, you guys. All right. All right, you guys can all be seated. Thank you all. Amazing to see you. Some of you haven't seen in a decade. Who's here for the first time tonight? First timers. Okay. Why don't all of you stand up? Wow. Wow, we got it. Look at that. Amazing. So we usually go around and ask people their name and where they're from. It's going to be a lot, but let's see if we can do it quickly. So let's start over here. Follow my hand. First timers, name and where you're from. Go. Awesome. Go. Nice. Go. Nice. Brooklyn. Anybody? Nice. Go. Nice. Yeah. Nice. Woohoo. And here. Got it. Here. Let's move from the front to the back. Nice. Go. Tina, Long Island. Go. Awesome. No.
Nice try. Yeah.
Yeah, nice try, exactly. We see you. Okay. Upper West Side, no shame in that. Love that. Here. Vancouver, BC. Love Vancouver, just taught them in Wexner. Hi, go. West Central Harbor, drop. Go. Los Angeles, good to see you guys. Christina, Los Angeles. Guy from Kibbutz, from Israel. Okay. From Israel. Baruch haba. From the Israel. Okay. Maya from Sweden. You all saw that coming, right? That was like, we had you pegged, Maya. Sweden. Go ahead. All right. Unbelievable. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, you double dip though. You've been here much longer than tonight. Okay, fine. Anybody else not say hello that wanted to say hello that's like part of this? Oh, there we go. Okay. Yes. From France. Okay. Okay. Welcome. Bonjour. Okay. Anyone else? Okay. Okay. Just want to let if anybody knows where the executive director is, we're reaching our capacity for fire hazard. I just want you to know. He's too busy being mauled by his wife. And his wife is giving him Shabbos kisses. That's just, I know, more than merrier, just come in. Okay. Amazing. All right. Okay. So last week, everybody, many of you weren't here. Last week was one of the most beautiful Divrei Torah, one of the most beautiful sermons I think that's ever been given on Friday night here by our dear friend and beloved. She works at Romemu, she's part of the staff, but she's more than that. She's an incredible human being. Eden Sidney Foster gave a sermon last Friday night. Yeah, totally. She's downstairs. So, no, it's okay. I just want to say that she called out James Baldwin, who's a prophet. She said he's a prophet. James Baldwin was the anniversary of his 100th birthday. And I was very taken by her framing of James Baldwin as a prophet. And so it had me thinking about prophets. And of course, this week is a special Shabbat. It's called Shabbat Chazon. Chazon means vision. And the actual technical term, Chazon, Shabbat Chazon, comes from the Haftarah, the prophetic reading that we'll read tomorrow morning, from the book of Isaiah, the first chapter of the book of Isaiah, where Chazon Yishayahu ben Amotz, Asher Chazah, this is the vision of Isaiah. But when we think about this Shabbat and its vision, and we think about visions of various prophets, one of the things that stands out, of course, is that prophets don't always tell us things about the future. They often tell us things about the past. And such is the case with Chazon Yeshayahu, even though he was envisioning a future, more accurately, he was describing a past for almost all of us who would one day read his words. A past that he wanted us to avoid. A calamitous past, a dangerous past, a past that was full of peril and destruction and pain. Isaiah, who prophesied about moral decay and about corruption, around a confusion in our values. His vision was a dark vision of what the world would look like if we continued to place human beings and the search for justice at the lowest rung of our value hierarchy. His words are profound. We'll read tomorrow. He says, Shimu shamayim v'azini aretz, listen sky, and give ear earth. Ki Adonai diber, for the one has spoken. Banim gadalti v'ramamti, I raised up children, and they have rebelled against me. Even an ox knows its owner, and a donkey its master's crib, but Israel does not know. My people takes no thought. It's hard to read his words. It's hard to read his words because even though prophets feel the need to speak in such a powerful way about what might become, he speaks in such finger pointing. His theology, and here I'm slightly shifting from this very, this introduction says that Baldwin and prophets are all saying things that are difficult to hear, but one of the things that's most painful to hear from the prophetic, certainly from Isaiah and in a moment from Moses, is a theology of blame, a theology of pointing the finger, a theology of laying at the feet of the Israelites at this moment or at any people how they could have done it better and why they weren't doing it well enough. And maybe prophets have to say that. And maybe in truth, without theology, maybe it was moral decay. It seems like it. It seems that people could have done a better job, maybe. It seems that at any given moment in human and Jewish history, humans could be doing a better job. I don't imagine there was any generation that didn't need a prophet to come along and say to them, you could be taking care of the poor more, of the oppressed. You could be making your values clearer. You could. But what I'm struck by in the words of Isaiah and then in the words of Moses in a moment in the beginning of the book of Deuteronomy is how much laying at the feet of the people the prophet does. If you open the book of Deuteronomy, which is tomorrow morning's Torah portion, the beginning of the book of Devarim, the fifth and final book of Torah, Moses begins to orate. It's the end of his life. And what's most noticeable about this moment is that Moses is angry, it seems to me, or I don't know about you. He's on the precipice of entering the land. He wants more than anything to get into the land. And he's looking out at this place that he will never be able to walk in, he'll never acquire it, it'll be a dream that never came to fruition, a hope that never was a vision, a chazon that was never accomplished. Who knows how long he longed to be in the land. And here he is on the verge, and he begins to retell the story to the people. And one of the things you recognize immediately in retelling the story is that Moses completely tells the story differently than the stories as they appeared earlier historically. I remember Rabbi Jill Hammer gave one of my top 10 sermons at Romemu that I remember vividly. I remember when and how you gave it about the first midrash in the Torah was Moses midrashing on the spy story back in the book of Numbers. If you read the beginning of the book of Devarim, book of Deuteronomy, Moses begins to tell the story, but before he gets to the story in telling the story of these spies that on whose account, right, all of the generation that left Egypt didn't make it into the land, he makes a huge mistake. He says that the reason why he was not allowed to get into the land, why he will not enter the land, is not because of what those of us remember, right? What was the sin of Moses when he didn't get into, why he was decreed that he wouldn't go to the land? Because what? He struck the rock. But what does Moses say in the first chapter of the book of Deuteronomy? It was your fault that I didn't get into the land. It wasn't my fault. It wasn't that I misheard or I rebelled against God and I hit the rock when he told me to speak to the rock. Moshe says, no, it was on your account. Remember that whole spy story? You were the reason why your ancestors couldn't get into the land, and it also hit me too. It's a remarkable moment. It's like Moshe, just own and take ownership over your own mistake. Isn't that what a leader has to do? Don't blame the people. The reason your vision didn't become to fruition was not the people's fault, it was your fault. I think in thinking a lot about this moment in the world and now in our little small microcosm of the world, Shabbat Chazon, as the last Shabbat of Romemu in this building, has a lot of these little features in a number of ways. So, and wait for a second for it. So one is that it's clear that there are things that are beyond our control. It's clear that human beings want more than anything to imagine that we have control over everything, including our thoughts and how they impact the world. One doesn't have to go farther than the New Age bookstore that I used to live in to imagine that there are all kinds of gurus telling us that our thoughts actually are the reason why the weather is the way it is, or the reason why you don't have as much money as you wish you had, or the reason why, a whole litany of things. But fundamentally, we're very, very limited in our powers. The world is a big place. This coming Monday night and Tuesday, we're going to talk about the destruction of the temples. The Mishnah in Ta'anit says that there are 5 things that happened on the 9th of Av. One of them, two of them were the temple's destruction, but one of them was that the spies were decreed not to go into the land. That was certainly their fault. But the temples, the prophets want us to believe that it was our fault. Maybe there's great moral value in thinking that if we just behaved in a certain way, the Roman Empire wouldn't come running through and take us along with the other 50, 60, 70 nations that it ran through on its way to world dominance. Maybe there's something valuable about that, saying that we have power, but there's also something dangerous about blaming ourselves for things that are well beyond our control. There are forces much greater than our small community, our small ego, our small sphere of influence. We have to know how much we can make an impact and know when we can't. And the wisdom between those two, of course, is huge. To not give up on making the influence and the improvements that we can, but also standing back and not blaming ourselves for more than what we can handle and more than we should handle. And so in some way, Isaiah and Moses, in my personal opinion, may be guilty of that moment. And maybe we as Jews, over time, because we were so much and so often in the crosshairs of huge historic movements that really we could not control, maybe we too began to think that the whole world revolved around us, you see. And if only we kept Torah, if only we did all these different things, then the world would be different. But maybe the reality was a little bit more complicated than that. And the second thing about this moment, of course, is that it's remarkable to me that Moses, in all of his tragic thinking about why he couldn't get into the land, missed an amazing moment, which is, thank God he didn't get into the land. In all of Moshe's disappointment about the vision that he thought he had and could see clearly, I'm supposed to be in the land, aren't I? There's something wrong with this picture. You see me over here, I'm supposed to be over there. Moshe, in his resentment, and the word resentment is vital because it comes from the French to refeel. Moshe was resentment. He was feeling it over and over again, his loss. And he didn't realize that maybe exactly what happened, the tragedy of him not entering the land, was actually not a tragedy, but actually a gift. He didn't realize that in his intense focus on that vision that didn't come to fruition, he missed the truth, which was Moshe is he's our guy. Because Moshe didn't enter the land, 2,000 years of Jews thought, you know what, one day maybe I'll enter the land. Even Moshe didn't enter the land. Even Moshe didn't enter the land that I live in now and take for granted. Even Moshe didn't get there. That there's something about paradigm shifts that requires the release of one strongly held belief about the way things should have been in order to open ourselves to the way things might yet become. It's in that vein that I was sent the Torah from my dear friend Yossi, from the Apter Rebbe, from the Ov Yisrael, who quotes the Midrash. This Apter Rebbe was a great Hasidic Rebbe, Abraham Joshua Heschel, that was his name. He was the great-grandfather of the Abraham Joshua Heschel. And he quotes a Midrash that says that there was no Yontif, there was no greater day as the day when the temple was destroyed. But wait a second. Tisha B'Av, we're going to be on the floor, we're going to be fasting on Monday and Tuesday. It's the worst day ever. But so much of Jewish history, in retrospect, could never have become what it was had we not had to shift our paradigm from the temple in Jerusalem to whatever emergent paradigm was coming along. And I wouldn't tell somebody, go destroy the temple so that the next emergent paradigm would come along. It's always precarious, right? But when the reality has already arrived, what's coming next can't come until we let go of what came before. It's just we have to shed. We have to shed. So here we are in this beautiful, not so beautiful, 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 amazing space. And for me personally, as a leader whose vision for this place and for the space across the street was a campus back in 2017, 18, and someone who, along with all of those here, know how hard we work to make that vision come to life. It became clear a year ago that something new is coming, that we don't yet know what the vision of it is. And I went through all kinds of moments where I blamed everybody. I blamed the world, I blamed the board, I blamed leadership. I told the story differently 15 different times. The reason why we didn't happen is because of all of you. If only we would have, you know. And the truth is that the deeper teaching that I'm holding for myself tonight is what is being shed now that might allow something new to emerge. And I'm holding that also, not just for Romemu, with a small blip on the radar. I'm thinking about it for our world. Like, what is now being shed with all of its birth pangs, as the rabbis call it, Chevlei Mashiach? Something is, as one thinker called it, it's not the darkness of the tomb, but the darkness of the womb. What is it that is now being called forth? What's crumbling so that something new might emerge? And I'm holding that. And I wonder if all of us are holding that on some level in your own personal lives, in our domestic lives here in America, in the world stage. When you're in the midst of a paradigm shift, it doesn't feel good. I think by nature, paradigm shifts suck. Yeah? I mean, like, it just feels like one Rebbe once said, it's like you're holding on by a thread, and someone is holding the thread and shaking it, and you're holding on, right? That's the image. And we're just holding on, right, for what's going to come. We don't know. But in this space, my wife, my now wife, but then girlfriend, and I had our ofruf and danced right over there. In this space, Yoni and Viv, Miriam, Shir, Meira, we danced. We had a table every Friday night with a tish after services. And the amazing woman who opened up, what was her name? Heather, who opened up this space, which was called Grosvenor House. Remember that? The Grosvenor House. And I felt that, by the way, I just want to say parenthetically that a really dear friend who helped start Romemu back in 2006 was named Ariel Cohen. And Ariel and I were once at Limud in UK, and we were looking for a street called Grosvenor. And we stopped a guy in England, and we were calling it Grosvenor. And the guy said, mate, it's Grosvenor, mate. And I was like, okay. And when this building came on the market, it was Grosvenor. Like, for the first year, we were in Grosvenor. This space, you know, was a space with bar and bat mitzvahs and b mitzvahs, a space with, you know, with packed, right? And the first yeshiva experience of Romemu happened in this building. And I'm just curious to find out, you know, what's next? What will the new spaces that we as a community inhabit, what will they bring? And ultimately what our people, our tradition remembered, even though the doomsday declarations of Isaiah and Jeremiah and Moses were present, our people remembered one salient thing that I think we should remember here as a community. That what was important about the space wasn't about the space. What was vital in those spaces was not burned to the ground. It wasn't destroyed. one of my favorite stories in the Talmud is a story of a rabbi who during the Roman period was not allowed, the Romans didn't allow Jews to teach Torah in public. And this Hanani Metradion was teaching Torah in public, and he was caught, and they brought him to a pyre, and they tied him to this pyre, and they lit it on fire, and first they put him in the Gilyon, they put him in the Torah, they wrapped him in a Sefer Torah, and then they lit it on fire. And the students who were standing around said to him, Rebbe, what do you see? And he said, I see a scroll burning and letters flying. And for Jews throughout the last 2,000 years, it didn't matter, right? The physical spaces were just spaces that held the letters that were flying, the souls that were alive, right? Space matters, but what's in the space, the letters, what animates it, the songs, the listening, the connection. In this beautiful building, we must have made thousands and thousands of free meals, right? Due to our incredible Chesed committee and all of the people did service on Sundays. And outside on 105th Street in Amsterdam, there were tables twice a month with free food that was being handed out to people, and signs in English and in Spanish letting them know that they could come into this building. We gathered coats together to give out to people who are cold during the winter. And all of those things, they're not going anywhere. We're going to bring them with us. So even though these bookshelves don't have any books on them, we're taking the spirit of Romemu with us wherever we go. That's what I believe. So I wanted to say, I wanted to sing with you the song from the end of Megillat Eicha, where after all of the lamentations and the blaming and the catastrophizing, all of it sad and powerful, we have this sentence from whoever wrote the book, Hashivenu Adonai Lecha v'nashuva. Let's come back again and again to that space of our spirit, of our hearts, and of what really makes the world a meaningful place to be. Hashivenu, Yameinu Kikedu Hashivenu Hashivenu My incredible teacher, Rabbi Zalman, used to say about that verse. The verse is, renew our days of old, and he said, the word kedem, which means as of old, as of what became before, might lead you to become someone who would want to say, let's make Judaism great again. And that, he said, that mistake, he said, would be to hold on to the old paradigm, he said, what he called a restorationist, and a romanticized version of the way things used to be. Isn't that what Moshe did in this week's Torah portion? It was so great. And Zalman says we have to renew our days. Kikeda means not just the way they used to be, but the way they will yet be. If we can hold that together tonight as we rise for Ma'ariv. Let's be seated. Baruch ha'at Shechina. Blessed are you, Shechina. On page 33 and 34, Shevet Dvaram Mariv Aravim. Please join me in the Hebrew and the English. Cycler of day and night, rolling light away before darkness. Ela chaya v'kayemet. You who live and exist in all things, always guide us on our journey. Blessed be you, Rucha'at Shechina. Hamariva Avat olam Beit Yisrael Mechavtot Torah Mitzvot. Source of all love, loving us at this moment, loving our bodies, our hearts, our minds, loving us through ancestors, loving us to teachers loving us through Torah. Our lives are infinitely enriched by wisdom, by the pathways of our people. Kim chayenu, orech yameinu, uvahem meneged, yomam valayla, yahavatecha. Al tasir mimenu li'olami, Baruch atah Adonai. Help me. Ohev amo We prepare for Shema on page 35 and 36, 37 and 38. On page 39 and 40, Ve'ohavta et Adonai v'chol
ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך ושינתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם להיות על ידך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך.
Vayam Shemot Yishmo on page 41 to 42. ולימדתם אותם את בניכם לדבר במשית רביתכם ולכבדהו שבקום יחו אותם דם המזור ביתך וישערך למען יבוא ימיכם בימי בניכם ולא למשש בעלנו ויאמר אדוני אל משה לאמור דבר בני ישראל אמרת עליהם ויעשו להם בציצית על גנבי בניהם לדורותם למען ציצית הגנה בסלחי לצפלכם לציצית וריסם מוצאו וזכרתם את כל מצוות אדוני ועשיתם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים
אדוני אלוהיכם
אדוני אלוהיכם that is the truth. As we turn to page 47 and 48, let's welcome Moshe. Let's welcome the Moshe, Miriam, and all the children of Israel band into our midst. as they remind us every morning and evening not to give up hope. It's so hard not to give up hope. So thankful to them for these words. They say, who's like you, source of life? You are Nora Tehilot. Like, how did Reb Joe translate this? Bewildering in praise, maker of mystery. Meaning, don't give up. Don't give up. Pele is possible. Let's sing together. Micha Mocha.
מי כמוך
באלים אדוני,
באלים אדוני,
מי כמוך,
מי כמוך
נדר בקודש,
נדר בקודש נורא תהילות עושה מלכותך
מלכותך
ראו בניך
ראו בניך
בוקי הים
בוקר הים
לפני משה ומרים
לפני משה ומרים זה לי
זה לי
אנו ואמרו
אנו ביאמרו
אדוני לא
אדוני לא
לעולם ועד
לעולם ועד לי 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 לי
La la la
לי 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 לי
la la la.
כפדת אדוני את יעקב וגאה לו
מיד חזק ממנו
מיד חזק ממנו ברוך
You say Ata Adonai
אתה אדוני
God
גא ישראל
Watch over our children everywhere. Children don't belong to a nation, they belong to you, God. Children, just children. Watch over them, God. Shield them from harm, protect them. Help us to love them in the ways that they should be loved in this world. They're our only hope. On page 48, 49, somewhere, 49. Let's pray for Hashkivenu.
Hashkivenu
Adonai,
Eloheinu leshalom, Vehamidenu malkeinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, Vehamidenu malkeinu lechaim. Ufos aleinu sukat shlomecha. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, Vehamidenu malkeinu lechaim.
If you've ever led a Romemu service together with us, please come here and sing with us. I see some of you here. I know you're in your own prayer space, but come sing with us. We're all going to honor. Come on, come sing with us. Come lead with us, right? We need our leaders singing our songs, right? Come, bring them up, guys. Bring them up. If you led a Romemu service ever, we need singers. Come, make a circle of singers. And let's sing Hashkivenu, everybody.
Hashkivenu
Adonai,
Hey.
Hashkivenu Adonai,
הפורש סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל, על כל יושבי תבל ועל ירושלים.
V'shamnu, please rise if you're not already standing on page 51 and 2. V'shamnu b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat.
לעשות את השבת לדורותם ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם לעולם ששת ימים עשה אדוני
Shamagim, yes.
וביום השביעי שבת וינפש.
Let's see Kodesh on page 52.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, ועל מה דברה חירותי, וימליך מלכותי,
חייכונו יומכונו חיי
לכל בית ישראל, בגלה
בגלה
ובזמן קריב, וימרו
אמן. ישמי רבה מברך לעולם אומר ומיה יתברך.
יתברך וישתבח, ויתפאר ישרומם יצנשא, ויסהדר ויסעלה ויסעלה, שמי דקודשא ברכו, לעילא מכל ברכתה, ושינשא תושבך.
אתה ונחמתה תמירן ויאמר
And let us say,
אמן.
Amidah can be found in your Sidurim on page 56. Our own silence, our own meditations, our own connection with the divine.
והגיוני בי עליך אדוני צורי וגואלי. May the words of my mouth, meditations of my heart be acceptable to you, Yah, my Redeemer.
Oh
Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true. With thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary
for
for you.
one more time, everybody. Ya la la la. Not in a building, in you, in you. As for us, Nevarech Yah. Me'ata. Me'ata. Evi Adonai. We sing for the
I'll be a living sanctuary for you.
Please remain standing. If you're not, please rise on page 77 and 78. Towards the bottom of the page, everybody. If you are in mourning, we invite you to please remain standing as those of us who are not in mourning are seated. Those of you who are standing, we invite you to say the names of loved ones as we move around the room.
Becca's grandmother, Rachel Rubin.
Nehemiah, go ahead.
My father, Yehuda Chiru, who died in 1948 in a war that did everything to prevent the war. My father, Hillel.
Is anybody? Okay. If it's your custom to stand for the mourners, please rise. You can find the words of the mourners Kaddish on page 115 and 116. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה,
אמן.
יעמד יברח
ירצה
ויבשם
וימליך מלכותי,
וחייכון ויומכון וחיי לכל בית ישראל. והגלה בזמן קריב
ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך לעולם עומי עומיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא. יתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקדושה בריחו. לעילם מכל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, תמירן ועלמה ואמרו אמן.
שלום הרבה מן שמיא,
חיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ועל כל יושבי תבל, ואמרו אמן.
יהי זכרם ברוך. May the memory be a blessing. I invite you all just to sit for one more second, inviting, I don't know, I thought I saw Rabbi Diane. She left? She left, okay. Immediately following the service, we're going to be having our dinner. We're going to invite everybody, Eden, if I'm correct, to, if you can, to fold a chair and bring it to the sides. Okay, that'll make it things easier so that we can put our places, our tables in place. Yeah, okay. If you're not staying for dinner, I'm not going to say. If you're not staying for dinner, I mean, it's lingering. How is everybody doing? Okay. Yeah. A little hot, but besides that, it's okay.
Well, thank you for asking. Because
Thank you for asking. I know. I think that this was messy tonight, right? It was all messy, in a good way.
Yes.
Like a holy messy, like you know,
Yes.
bottles were dropping, people were knocking over bottles, and it was like, it's like they're getting their ruach on, you know, getting their spirit on. Tomorrow morning, tomorrow we'll have 8:45. Will be I'll be teaching the open book. At 8:45, we'll be back at 10 o'clock for our final service here in the building. The energy tonight was really beautiful, so I feel like Hey, brother. Unbelievable.
He's just making sure.
I know he's getting so big. It's like I haven't seen him in so long. Thank you all for being here. Like if you came tonight because I mean, who knows why people came tonight, right? I really know people come for all kinds of reasons, for connection. People come to be a part of it, but also a lot of people who we have a lot of first timers here that might not have known how auspicious. How many of you were here for the first time knew there was going to be such an auspicious night? Thank you also for it's enough to walk into an unfamiliar place, but then to walk in at a moment that kind of is drawing on 7 or 8 years or more of history is even something else. So thank you for being here. For those of you who haven't been here in a long time, we're so happy to see you. Hashivenu Hashem Melech V'Nashuva, like thank you for coming back. Everybody,
We never went away.
I know it's true. Right there, Victor. Everybody, can you raise your hand, Victor? Yeah, this is Victor. Victor and his team single-handedly has been moving us out of this 10,000 square foot building into much, much smaller spaces and schlepping and moving and removing. So thank you, Victor, for all the work that you and your team are doing. We're looking forward to wherever it comes next. You're a part of it, Victor. Thank God, you're a part of it. Let's rise for Kiddush, everybody. Let's rise for Kiddush. Page 88, everybody. You guys know the drill. Ready? Vayer vayivoker yom hashishi, vayechulu hashamayim ve'haaretz, v'chol
ויכל אלוהים ביום השביעי מלאכתו אשר עשה.
vayishmor
ביום השביעי לקרוא מלאכתו אשר עשה. ויברך אלוהים את יום השביעי ויקדש אותו כי בו שבת מכל
מלאכתו אלוהים לעשות.
Sabri chaverai.
לחיים, לחיים.
Adonai Eloheinu melech olam borei ki hagafem.
אמן.
Baruch atah Adonai
אין
Eloheinu
מלך העולם.
asher kitanu mitzvotav v'ratzah.
ושבת השם
באהבה וברצון הנחילנו
זיכרון למעשה בראשית, כי הוא יום
תחילה
למקראי קודש.
זכר יציאת
מצרים, כי באנו בחרת, קידשת עם כל העמים, ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו.
Mekadesh
השבת.
Shabbos.
Shabbos, everybody.